First of all, could you introduce yourself and what is your function at TT Games?
Hi, my name is Graham Goring. I'm the lead story designer at TT Games, which basically means I write daft jokes, which is, it's the only thing I can do. So thank God I've got that job.
What can players expect from the story of LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens?
I think they can expect a really exciting and kind of slightly irreverent, silly take on the recent, blockbuster movie, as we do with all of our sort of adaptions. But they can also expect these really cool new adventure levels that tell little bits of backstory that feed into the new movie. So they can expect, everything they know and a whole bunch of exciting surprises on top of that, because 4 of those stories are things that we're getting to tell for the first time that haven't been told elsewhere, which is an amazing privilege.
What makes this LEGO game different in comparison with the other LEGO games?
I think we've taken a lot of big stride forwards with this one. I think we've got these 3 main things. We have these things called multi-builds, whereby you can use the same pile of bricks basically to build multiple things, because that's what kids do with Lego. And so we use that in order to make new puzzles. But in addition to that, we have it so sometimes you might just build something to distract an enemy, and it might result in a little silly cutscene. And so that encourages replayability, so that when you come back, you might choose the other option and you'll see a different silly thing. And it just keeps it, nice and fresh. The other thing we've got blaster battles. I mean, if Star Wars is about anything, it's about these really cool sort of laser blaster battles in corridors. And we've got a whole bunch of those in the game. And they're really cool third-person bits of gameplay where you'll hide behind cover and you'll pop out and you'll take shots at enemies, or you'll still have sort of Lego gameplay in there. Maybe you'll have to scan something and then blow up a ship. There's all kinds of variety in there. And then we have our flight gameplay, which is so much improved over our previous games. It's really, really cool. The spaceship gameplay is awesome. It's just these sort of kinetic, explosion-filled sort of candy rushes of just fun gameplay. I think we've taken loads of big step forwards with this game. I think it's by far and away our best game ever.
Well, I saw the presentation and I saw that Han Solo had something on his head. You also thought about a hot and cold system. Is that a glasses from Han Solo, or is it just an in-game computer?
Well, it's basically these quadnoculars. They're basically a sort of binoculars. You see Poe Dameron use them, and Rey uses them in the film, basically. They're just these things that they hold up to their eyes. That's just one of our little sort of mini games. And pretty much everything we do, we try and put a little sort of mini game element to that. So it's not just a case of walking up to something, pressing B, and then, because that character is a particular type, they can interact with it. There's like a little bit on top of that. Like if you're BB-8, you'll do these sort of charge things, and there's a little balancing mini game in there. So it's just one of the many, many abilities that characters have.
What I personally like from the LEGO games is the humor they have. This can be seen in every LEGO game, but what I mostly like is that this isn't the first LEGO Star Wars game. So are there any references to the previous LEGO Star Wars games?
I think the animators for the cutscenes have snuck in little references. Another thing we've done is also, I spent a lot of my time on Wikipedia, which is, the Wikipedia of Star Wars. And so I've dug out loads of little references, and so have all the designers that we've put into our hub areas that you can explore. And there are loads of silly little missions in there. And some of those sort of harken back to previous games. But yeah, you can bet that the cutscene animators have snuck some stuff in the background.
At the beginning of this year, we saw that LEGO Marvel's Avengers had a very big roster of characters. So can we also expect a big roster in LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've got over 200 characters, and I think nothing is as diverse as Star Wars. That's what I love about Star Wars. When I watched it as a kid, you'd see all these amazing aliens and robots in the background. And so it's such a fertile ground. Pretty much, if you saw a character in the background of the movie, then chances are we've built a Lego version of it, and you'll be able to play as that character and maybe even customize them, swap out their body parts and create, new characters with them. So yeah, we've got over 200 characters, we've got 40 plus vehicles and creatures for you to be able to ride on and fly in and stuff like that. It is absolutely jam-packed with them.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. We always try and outdo ourselves.
How long have you guys worked on this LEGO game?
Well, I personally have been on it around about 16 months, but obviously they were planning it quite a bit before then, because, they had to do lots and lots of design before a writer was brought on board, because, much as I'd like to just kick back and do nothing for, the first X months of the project, that's not an option. But I've been on it 16 months, and they've been working on it a bunch longer than that. So yeah, it's taken a while because, it's Lego Star Wars. You want to make the best game possible, and that takes time.
Yeah, and I saw at Lego Marvel's Avengers that you guys had cut some voices from the film.
Yeah.
Is that this time also the case?
Oh, even more so than that, I think, because we got pretty much the entire cast to come back and record new dialogue for us. So not only have we got, obviously, the sound stems, as it's called, from the movie for the cutscenes, in addition to that, we've got hundreds of new lines from actors. Like Harrison Ford came in, which is
Very nice.
just so amazing. It's just ridiculously cool. And John Boyega and Daisy Ridley and I think like over a dozen of the main cast came back. Oscar Isaacs, everyone pretty much. It's so cool. And I would be lying if I didn't say I got stuff signed by them during the recording sections, because that's going to bump its value on eBay. I didn't do that. That would be dishonest.
And the final question, what is your most favorite Lego game and why?
Personally, it's for me, obviously, I love this one. However, I have incredibly fond memories of Lego City Undercover because it was the first one I got to do writing on. And I wouldn't be writing the dialogue for this game if it weren't for Lego City Undercover. So that holds a very special place in my heart.